So today we are continuing our characters strengths. Okay, so numeric intelligence of Python continued, right? So try to remember our character. I will daily put one image of this character so that at least we are clear on what we are trying to do. Right. Okay. So I'll go to python.direct, and this was my yesterday's class, and this was the image. All right. So we are continuing that numeric discussion of Python. Okay. Right, sir. Now, the topic which I want to start is comparisons. Okay. So in Python, or our Python 3, okay, our character, okay, does know two kinds of comparisons. The first comparisons are normal comparisons. The second comparisons are something which it calls as chained comparisons. Normal comparisons and chained comparisons. So normal comparisons are very much simple. Okay. So for comparisons, okay, Python 3 has following operators, right? So we have less than, greater than, right? So let me try to write them. We have less than, we have greater than, we have less than or equals to, we have greater than or equals to, okay, we have equals to, right, we have not equals to. Okay, this stands for less than, this stands for greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, whether they are equal, whether they are not equal. So normal life is very much simple. Okay, so in normal, what we would try to tell Python is, okay, let me open the Python shell. Okay, I would try to tell that 1 less than 3. Is this correct? Is 1 less than 3? Okay, so Python will tell you true. 1 greater than 3, Python will tell you no, it is false. Okay, so I would try to tell that is 1.0, okay, greater than or equals to 0.9. Okay, is 1 equals to 1, okay, is 2 not equals to 3. Are you getting the whole science? This is a very simple stuff. You will basically be converting this, right? The same stuff can be done by basically trying to give numbers also. So let me assign red equals to 0, green equals to 1, blue equals to 2. So what are red, green and blue now? Colors are variables. Red, green and blue, are they colors or are they variables? To you it might be colors, but for our Python 3 they are just variables. Yeah, right? So now I am trying to tell that red is less than or equals to green. Yes, am I clear on this? Green is less than or equals to blue. You can do this one also. You can do this one also, right? And now let us assume if I want to write complex application, okay, so something like, okay, is red less than blue and green also, is it less than blue? So what is it I am trying to do now? Is red less than blue? Okay, and okay, let me try to write this and let me see if Python knows this. Okay, and green is less than blue. Okay, so is red less than blue and or green is equals to blue. Am I clear on this? So you can write use and or as an operators, which will try to combine your expressions, Am I clear on that, sir? Venkatesh is not one a comparison operator. Venkatesh is asking me to do this, but is this a comparison operator? No, right? Okay, let us focus on comparison, sir. Okay, right. So are we clear on this? These are very simple, normal comparisons. Okay, you can directly compare numbers or you can assign them variables and all of that stuff. So let me save this. Okay, good. 28. So I will not write any description in normal. I'll simply try to put this image review dot slash images slash python 28.png. Right. Now, if this is normal, then what is changed? Okay. So this is where I want to write the stuff. Interestingly, our Python 3 allows us to chain multiple comparisons. Okay. So, for example, okay, A is 3, B is 4, and C is 1. Okay. Now, if I write this expression, C is less than A and less than B. Is this true? Okay. Everyone in the classroom, what is the value of C? C is 1. Is 1 less than 3? Yes. Is 3 less than 4? Yes. But these are the kind of expressions which we understand. If we have to tell it to the programming languages, generally we try to tell, if you want to do the same thing in other languages, you will try to tell C is less than or equals to A and A is less than B. Yes or no? This is what you type, right? Okay. So let us see if Python knows this. Let me exit. Okay. Let me use the same red, blue, and green. Okay. Ah, man. My reason of exiting was something else. Right. Right. Python. Red is 0. Green is 1. Blue is 2. Yellow is 3. Now, if I write green is less than blue, this is a normal expression. I am writing less than yellow. Generally, these things don't work. Okay, but let us see. Is Python trying to tell us this? Now, if I write green is greater than blue, okay, and blue is less than yellow. Is this true or false? Is it working out? Yeah. So this is something which Python calls it as chaining. Okay. So if you want, you can go one level ahead. So I can write yellow is okay greater than blue. Blue is greater than green. Green is greater than red. What is true and showing false in her? What is true in this? Just evaluate yourself, sir. Okay. Am I clear on this? You can use less than, greater than. Yeah. Okay. Right. Right. So is this interesting now? Okay. Now, not only this, I can try to write something like, okay, pink is equals to, also I've written it as 0. Then I can write red is equals to pink, and pink is less than green. Is this true? So am I able to chain my expressions without needing the stuff? But there is only one thing which you need to understand. Here it means and, not or. Okay. Whenever you're writing chain expressions, it is always end. All the conditions should match. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay. Whether you use it or not use it, but your character knows about it. Okay. I still know a lot of people don't use this. They still go with the traditional way of using this and or operators, but that's fine. That's their personal choice. What we are trying to understand is what Python 3 or what our character is aware of. Right? Okay. Right, sir. Now, let me try to speak about an interesting case. Okay. So what is that interesting case? Okay. Let me try to basically give you one simple example. One simple example. Okay. So Python can do, okay, integer precisions. Okay. So Python 3, okay, supports integers of unlimited size. Python 3 supports integers of unlimited size. Okay. So shall we do this? Now let me exit and let me write this. I'm writing is this an integer? Is this an integer? Is that a number first of all? Yeah, right. Now let me do +1. Is it working? Right. So generally, this is what Python claims. Okay. I give you unlimited integer precision. Go ahead and add as much length as you want. Right. So now let me add one more huge number. This time let us make 4 lines. Okay. I don't even know what is the value of it and why will I do that in my normal day-to-day programs. But is it working? Okay. Now 2 to the power of 1000. Is Python able to do integers with unlimited precision? Yes or no, sir? Are these huge numbers? Yeah, good, good. So if you want to do basically use Python for large calculations also, you can do without worrying about data types. That's the moral of the discussion which I'm having right now. That's a moral of the discussion which I'm having right now. Right. So let me save this. Let me call it as okay. Hmm. Right. Things get interesting as we proceed. Okay. Good. Now let me try to show you. Okay. I am not getting into bitwise operations and all of that stuff that we will deal when the time comes. Right. Okay. We'll be getting into some utilities, but before I get into utilities, I want to speak about okay some of the interesting problems. Okay. So what is value of this 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 minus 0.3? Everyone agrees it is 0. So shall we ask Python the same thing? Is Python giving you 0? Right? Because Python doesn't understand this stuff. So if you want Python to understand what you are trying to do, what Python tries to tell is, I can know what you are knowing, but for that you have to do some extra work. Okay. So first let me take a screenshot of this. So generally whenever you are doing this kind of works, you have to be slightly careful. Yeah. Right. Okay. Decimals. Okay. What is value of 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 minus 0.3? Okay. For us, it's 0. But how about Python? Okay. So did I save this image? Yeah, I did. Okay. So generally why we are basically getting this problem is, okay, floating point numbers have hardware related problem. Okay, with respect to accuracy. That is the reason why you are having this problem. Now what Python tries to tell you is, okay, I can, okay, solve this, okay, and show the result as 0. Result as 0 if you use fixed point, okay, decimal fixed point numbers. Okay, fixed point numbers are in Python, okay, using decimal. Using what? Decimal. Okay. Now what is this decimal? Okay, Python, okay, comes with some of the special powers. Let me go to this character again. Let me copy this image. Okay. Okay. uh where is this? Yeah, special powers, clip art. Let me put this one. Why should I? Uh, yeah, I'm not sure what it means, but I'm not finding a right image, sir. Mm, mm, mm. No, I'm not white. I'll basically use special powers. Okay, I'll use this. Okay, this one. Okay, and this comes from something called as standard library. Okay, some of the people also call Python as it has all the batteries included in it. So what do I mean by that is if I know how to use the standard library, I can solve this problems. I can solve this problem, right? So that standard library problem which we are going to solve right now is, okay, using decimal. Okay, so what is this decimal? This decimal is some Python program written by someone. This Python program, this decimal is nothing but some Python program which is written by someone, and we are using that program. Am I clear on this? Okay, so what is this decimal? Decimal is someone has written this program. Okay, and I am supposed to use that program. So don't worry about the syntax which I am trying to write right now. Okay, because I'll be speaking about modules very soon. But let us see the trick now. I will write something called as, there is some program called as decimal. From that, give me a superpower now, and that superpower is decimal. Okay, I will be technical about it, but for today, let us understand it in a funny way, right? So now let me write it in this way: decimal of 0.1 plus decimal of 0.1. Okay, plus, sorry, decimal of 0.1 minus decimal of 0.3. Okay, what is it I'm getting? Okay, did I messed up somewhere? Ideally you should, one stuff, I'm sorry, one bad man. How can I do this, sir? I'll copy this expression and then redo it. All right. So when you have superpowers, right, you should know how to use it. Okay, exactly. Okay, so let me try to write it now. Python 0.1 plus 0.1 plus 0.1 minus 0.3. Okay, now what has happened? From, I have to import my superpower, right? Decimal, get me a superpower called as decimal. It's okay. Now are you getting 0.0? Yeah, sorry, right? Syntaxes, I do that mistakes lot of times, sir. Don't, because I don't try to remember them. Okay, yes, sir. Now if you want, you can add 0.1 plus 0.10. You can do whatever you want. Okay, right. You can do one more thing also. Okay, you can try to tell that, okay, x equals to 0.1, y equals to 0.2. Okay, if you try to write type of x, what is that you would get? Float. Yeah, now 3 into x minus y. no, my bad. It is 2 into x. Okay. So here, if you do something like this, there was a power cut. Our sunrise state has frequent power cuts. I don't understand why. Right? Okay. So now, if I try to write x plus minus y, okay, it is working. But if you type 0.1 plus 0.1 minus 0.2, it works. Okay, 0.1 minus 0.3, it doesn't work. Okay, this is all due to mathematical problems, some hardware related issues. You will not get this problem every time. Okay, now if you want, you can do this. Okay, decimal, okay, dot from underscore float, okay, 0.1. So are you saying internally there is something else that is happening? Okay, you have written 0.1, but what is the actual value of 0.1? Are you understanding the problem, sir? You have written 0.1, but how is 0.1 represented as? This is basically what the issue is, right? So when you use float, and if the precisions are not correct, it would be messed up. It would be messed up. And sometime whenever we are doing serious calculations, you have to be very careful. Don't directly try to assume that it would work in that particular way. Okay, and especially whenever you are doing money related calculations, it is recommended that you go with decimal. Very simple, right? So I'm showcasing this problem. So when do I use this statement? Okay, let me not do that. Let me go to paint, create one more paint stuff. Okay, okay, now I am trying to tell that this statement basically means give me the knowledge of, okay, decimal. Okay, this is something which I was calling as what? Super power. But technically it is not exactly superpower. It is exactly superpower. Yeah, we might take some more time to understand all of this, but for today, you can understand it as a superpower. Like how your superheroes have in Marvel series or DC series. Am I clear on this, sir? Okay. Okay, sir, if you do decimal of 5.5, then we can't get back to 0. Right, don't do 5.5. That's the reason why what we are trying to do is, okay, there is some expression over here, but I don't want to confuse you at this moment. Okay, I want to just showcase this problem. Whenever you are using floats, okay, you might have some issues. That is because of hardware precisions. Okay, right? For today I'll be calling them as superpowers itself, but technically, as I said, don't get me wrong, these are all not superpowers. There is some very basic thing that happens in the background. Okay, right. So let me add this 33 also over here. Good. Okay, right. So now what I can basically do is, okay, I'll speak about some other superpowers or some other kind of powers which are Python can possibly get. Okay, and we will be using that, and we will be building a program around that. Okay, right. So let me try to see what it is. Okay, some other built-in numeric tools. So for today, what is that we are going to call superpowers. Okay, so now if I go around over here, Okay, and then if I type Python, and then if I type import math, I'll be getting some additional intelligence to Python. And now if I type math.py, it says that pi is equivalent to 3.14. Okay, there is no intelligence in this. Okay, but still for today, okay, math dot square root of 144 12. Am I clear on this? Similarly, okay, math dot power of 2 comma 4 16. Are you clear on this? Yeah, so we would basically get this. I can do this one, min of 1 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma minus 0 comma sorry minus 10 comma minus 100. What is the minimum value of it? 100. So similarly, let me use math.min. Okay, let me not use max of, okay, 3 comma 1000 100 comma minus 10 comma 999. What is it I missed? Okay, I have to use max. Sorry. You're right. Sorry, are you seeing this? Okay, suddenly we get some additional intelligences. Okay, similarly you can use math dot round. Okay, 10 dot comma 2. Sorry sir, sorry, I have imported it already. My bad. 10 dot 4 double 5 6 comma. Okay, sorry, saying especially when you round off in bank interest calculations and all of that stuff, okay, then we would have this. But we need to understand what this import stuff is all about. Okay, but for today ignore that. Only for today you ignore that. Okay, right? Because what we would do is we would very soon try to build one program, and I am going towards that program, at this moment. Okay, so this is your math superpower. Okay, you don't need to even practice this. Okay, but understand that Python can get some, okay, our Python 3 can get some additional intelligence than what it has. Okay, the first one is math. Okay, ideally, technically, the term for this is module. What you are doing in Python's language's references, you are importing a module, but we have not gone that far. Okay, so now I'll be showing one random. Okay, now, right, let me try to show some experiments with random. Okay, Python import random. Okay, and then I'm trying to tell that random dot give me some random number. Okay, or I will try to tell that random dot, okay, give me some random integer, sorry, random integer. Okay, in between 1 to 100. Okay, try doing the same thing again, you will get a different value every time. Am I clear on this? Okay, I will try to tell you where I am going to with this, okay, so okay, similarly there are some other things. Okay, right, but it's okay, right, let me, yeah, it's but I have not discussed about strings, but you can do this. Let me do this. Okay, I have not discussed about lists, right, leave it. Okay, I'm going to discuss when I discuss about lists. Now what my goal is, Okay, let's use our Python 3 to build a number guessing game. Am I clear on this? What is the game that we want to build? We want to build number guessing game. Okay, so the number guessing game should behave like this. Think about this. Okay, so we will tell Python 3, okay, to remember some number randomly. Okay, now we will ask user to enter inputs. Okay, so if the input is, if the value entered by user is something like, okay, let us assume Python has remembered 70, and then this user has guessed the number as 30. Okay, then okay, is less than, okay, number remembered. Okay, give hints to the user. So let me write a sample output. Okay, so first you will ask, okay, the output of your program should be something like this. Okay, there is no need for you to write this program. I'm trying to tell this again. Think about this program. Okay, let me memorize a value. Okay, right, let me start with this. Do you want to play a number guessing game? Number guessing game. Okay, so you'll ask this user, okay, let me memorize a value between 1 to 100. Okay, done. Start guessing. Okay, now the user enters the input as 10. Okay, you are close, guess little bit higher. Okay, let us assume that the Python has remembered 25. Okay, now this user has tried to enter now the input of 90, right? You are too much far away, right? Guess smaller number. Is this a very difficult program? Okay, at least forget about how to write it. But is there any difficulty in understanding this problem? So once the user basically guesses it correctly, we will try to tell that wonderful, you have guessed the value, right? Now the user enters 30. Great. You are wonderful at guessing. Play poker today or rummy today. Something like this. Some fun message. Did you understand this program, sir? We are playing with numbers, nothing else. Okay. Till user reaches or guesses your number, you will be hinting him. Yeah. So to do this, as a process of doing this program, let us try to understand, okay, right, conditions and loopings. Okay, am I clear on this? This would be our first number guessing game. Clear on that, sir? Okay, so this is something which we will be starting very soon, but I want all of you to start thinking about this program. Will you be able to do that, sir? Or is it a difficult thing to be done? I'm not asking you to write a program. I'm asking you to start thinking about it. Yeah, right. Range, don't make it wide. So if you are finding 1 and 100 difficult, make it 10 and 20. It's okay. Start somewhere. Okay. But for thinking, range is not a problem, sir. I'm quite sure for thinking your stuffs, range is definitely not an issue. Yes. Okay. Good. Now, what I would try to do is, now I will not do anything. We will again have fun with Python 3. Okay. So I'll be just sharing screenshots. I am opening my Python interactive shell. Okay. And now let me try to basically start Python. I am trying to tell that numbers is equals to, I want to store multiple numbers. So I'm using 1, comma 2, comma 3. So how many numbers am I storing? Python, if you remember, I've said that, okay, when we discussed on built-in types, there is something called as list. Yes or no, sir? There is something called as list, which where we can store multiple, anything which is plural in nature. Yeah. Now we know this exercise, right? This is not a new exercise. Is this new? Type of numbers and ID of numbers. Is this new to us? Whatever I've done, is this new? Right. The value numbers is new, but right. Okay. Now, right. So let us try to, I will try to basically do a very simple stuff. Okay. I will try to tell copy underscore numbers is equals to numbers. Okay. Is this also new to us? Okay. Right. Now what I would try to do is, okay, I would try to do this. Copy underscore numbers. Okay. Dot insert dot insert 4. Okay. Sorry. My bad. Again, syntactical problems. Okay. So 4, comma 4. 4, comma. Is it 3 or 2? Right. So I want to insert over here. Okay. Now let me try to print copy underscore numbers. Don't worry about that function also. I'm not worried. So what is that I have changed? Did I change numbers or copy underscore numbers? So I had numbers and then I had done this. Okay. Now let me try to put ID of copy underscore numbers. Did the ID change? Okay. So now let me print numbers. Is numbers also getting changed? Yes, sir. There is some different behavior, right? Okay. Ah, man. This is different. Yeah. So what is this difference? Now let me try to tell numbers is equals to 4, comma 5. Now ID of numbers. Did it change it now? Yeah. So in some cases it is changing, and in some cases it is not changing. Now if you type copy underscore numbers, it will still have 1 2 3 4, and that will have 4,5. So there is something different which we need to understand about a snake with respect to this behavior. Yes or no? Okay, snake is slightly deviating from its behavior, or Stride is not, probably might not be deviating from its behavior. Our understanding might be wrong. So let us try to look into how Python basically looks at lists kind of a data types. Okay, when your data type is multiple in nature, how will Python deal with it? Am I clear on this, sir? Okay, so is there a difference in behavior here? Yeah, so this is the next thing which we are going to start in our next class. Okay, we are observing strange behavior from Python 3. Okay, all right, so is the behavior strange, or our understanding of Python 3? Okay, with respect to lists should be changed. Let's discuss this in our next session. Right, this error, you could have copied this error and pasted it on Google. Okay, no such file or directory if you have copied in Google while I am executing the Python program. See, let me try to show you that. Let you are all becoming developers, right? You should know how to Google. So go to Google. Okay, all right, man. No such file or directory, Python execution failed. Okay, so go and read through this. Go and read through this. Okay, start Googling. Yeah, start doing this, searching for errors whenever you get an error. Okay, no one will resolve your errors, sir. You are becoming developer and you should resolve your own errors. Okay, the moment you said that Python is not executed, I got to know that your folder had a space in between that. Okay, right, sir? Fine. So tomorrow we will try to understand what is that Python's behavior with lists. Okay, then we will get into some other data types, but slowly with this list. After this list, I will try to basically start using some editor for writing Python. Okay, right, sir? That is what I had for the day. I'll stop. We'll meet again tomorrow to continue this discussion. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe our channel and click on bell icon.